Hey guys, welcome back. This is the last lecture before the quiz, and it's probably one of the most important concepts in this entire course, which is forward testing versus back testing. Now, I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. I don't really believe in back testing, at least not the way most people do it. Okay. And you must be thinking, but AJ, everybody talks about back testing. How can you say that? Let me explain. Okay. So, what is backtesting? Backtesting is when you look at historical data where you already know what had happened and you test your strategy on it. Sounds reasonable, right? You want to see if your strategy would have worked in the past, but here's the problem. When you backtest, you have hindsight bias. Okay. Um, you look at the chart and you know what comes next. Even if you try to be objective, your brain knows and that influences your decisions. Okay, so if I come here and I ask you, okay, what's going to happen here? I mean, like, if you are back testing, going back, okay, we know, oh, okay, the market is going down, so we know already, we have seen the future that market is going to go down. But what about if I ask you here, what's going to happen next? Okay, some people say, okay, it's going to go up, some people say it's going to go down. What's the objective reason behind, that's where, like, forward testing and back testing, difference between forward testing and back testing comes in. Back testing is just like going back, visually seeing what's going on. Forward testing is like, I'll explain you what I mean. So when we back test, we have hindsight bias. Okay, and the hindsight bias trap is something like, it goes like this. Okay, oh, I would have bought here and sold there. Yeah, sure, you would have, because you can see the whole chart, but when you're trading live, the right side of the chart is blank and you don't know what's coming. That is why people create strategies that look amazing in backtesting but fail miserably in live trading. It's basically like cheating on a test where you already have the answer key. Now enter forward testing. So what's the alternative to the back testing? The alternative obviously is forward testing, and we also call it paper trading, or my favorite, replay trading. Okay, forward testing is trade where you trade without knowing what comes next. You make decisions in real time based on what you see at that moment. And the beautiful thing is, TradingView has a feature called Bar Replay that lets you do this with historical data. Okay, you go back in time and trade the chart bar by bar without seeing what comes next. Okay, it's like a flight simulator for trading. Pilots don't learn to fly by watching videos of other people flying. They get in a simulator and actually practice. Same thing here. Okay, bar replay is your trading simulator. You practice making decisions without knowing the outcome. Now, how bar replay works? Okay, let me show you how it works. Okay, here's the chart of Bitcoin. Okay, now I can click anywhere, and after I click here, I can go anywhere. As I said, click shift and you can scroll, and I can just click here, um, click replay, and I can click here and see the right side just vanishes. Okay, and now if I just click here, it will I can select the speed, how much I want it to update. So it's a daily candle, so I just want one candle every second. So when I hit press, it's gonna add one daily candle every second. Okay, and you see we are in replay mode. So this is what we can test with. Okay, now if I ask you what's going to happen, you're obviously going to say, okay, it's going to go up. But so let's see what comes next. Okay, it goes up and then see it comes down and then it stops there and then it goes up. Okay, so this is how we practice, guys. Okay, And in the next lecture, in the future lecture, we're gonna heavily use this replay feature. Okay, and let me actually make those changes that I, you know, taught you in the earlier lecture so that we can see this. Um, yeah. So let me actually go here, canvas. I just want that, and yeah. So yeah. Now see, I don't know what comes next. And this is the reality of live trading. The right side is completely blank. Now watch when I hit play button, the bars start forming one by one. Or I can step forward manually bar by bar, which I can do it with shift and right arrow. Okay, I can add those candle. If I want to add increase the candle in interval, you can see update interval there. Okay, you can go learn about it, how it works. But it simply is that like every second I want to add 1 hour candle. So as I move on, it's gonna add 1 hour candle, and I can actually speed things up. You'll see you can see it moving as a real market would do. Okay, every hour can 1 hour candle is adding every second. So we are actually uh, traveling like traveling to the future and basically sensing I mean basically we are traveling to the past and acting as future hasn't happened yet, and we are learning that principle, how we can apply this concept, trading concepts in real time, so that we can be more accurate in our analysis, right? So let me move on. So we know how it works. Now making decisions in real time, right? And based on what we have learned, like structure, volume, trend, right, support, resistance. If I ask you question like what should I do right now? Okay, I see a price near support, here near resistance, right? Volume is increasing, now it's decreasing, right? uh, Structure says we are in uptrend, right? I might consider a long around here, when it comes to the support. So I mark my entry, right? Like I have taught you. Suppose this is my support here. Okay, I mean it's way down below here. But let's suppose this is our resistance. Okay, and for the moment being, I'm gonna take this as support. Okay, here, or I can take this as support. Okay, and now as I hit play, you'll see how it reacts between those two lines. And watch what happens with the volume. Okay, so my simple question is, when the market comes around here, I'll take some long trade. If the market comes here and like takes a resistance, I'll take short trade there. Okay, so now our brain is adapting to this process. Okay, what we will do in real time when this sort of event will happen. Okay, and I'll speed things up a little bit. So you can see, right, market came down. It came to this support level. See, initially we had support around here, right? So it did hold that support level. Okay, and yeah, so it's coming down around here now. We'll see what happens. Now it's going up, right? So this was the support level it was holding. Okay, and so you can see that like we can do a lot with replay trading. Okay, once we had like all this back testing data, historical data, our brain wasn't working that much, it wasn't that active in a way where like we are making decision. Here we are making decision actively, right? And now I can actually mark my entry here, my stop loss there, right? My take profit there, like that. 1:3. This is for long trade. I can do it for the short trade as well. So if market comes around here, um, I'll go short, right? 1:3. So yeah. So this is what we can do with replay trading, guys. Like we can practice a lot and hone our skills better every day. Okay. So I'll stop it right there and let me go here and we see like what is happening in our brain is that like it is adapting to the future events. That's what trading is. Okay, our brain adapts to the future events that we don't know yet that's gonna happen, but we can do mathematical calculations and infer. And yeah, so that's what trading is. Okay, it's a battle and we are the warrior. Okay, we are not some retail trader or something that we talked in trading psychology. We are the warrior. Okay, when we enter trading and we have to make decision in the real heat of the battle. Okay, so it removes hindsight bias and all this stuff. Okay, now why replay is superior? So this is why replay trading is so powerful. You're building real decision making skills. You're training your brain to recognize patterns in real time. Okay, you're experiencing the uncertainty that you'll face in live trading. And you're doing it without risking real money. You can make mistakes, learn from them, and improve all without losing any single dollars. And practice makes perfect, and I would say practice makes profit as well. So think about it. Okay, how do athletes get good? They practice. How do musicians get good? They practice. Trading is no different, guys, but most traders never practice. That's where the statistics comes in. 90% of the traders lose because those 90% of traders are not practicing. Okay, they are jumping into live trading and learning by losing money, and some of them are quitting. And this whole uh, like drama there because of not practicing. So in this course, that is not you are not a retail trader. You are a warrior. Okay, trading warrior, and you're gonna practice first. Okay, you're gonna log hours in replay before you ever trade live, and when you do trade live, you'll have confidence because you've already seen these patterns hundreds of times playing out. Okay, so so we did our first replay session. I'll just let it replay and watch how it reacts between those two lines and how your brain wants to make decision. Okay. So when this breakout happened, it should be like taking long trade, right? But you see, that's where like we will be applying our indicator and we'll see what decisions we can make. Okay. So let's see if we had entered long here, would be a good profit. And that's why like now I'm gonna actually add go to indicator, add Wyckoff trading system. Okay, and don't worry guys, I'm gonna share all this indicator with you, so so that you can see it and use it. Okay, so like I'm gonna share all this geometric system, 1, 2, 3, 4, all this stuff. Okay, so see, as I add this and I'm gonna remove the drawings, you see this was the distribution structure that was forming on Wyckoff. Okay, and if I again go back here, you'll see I'll add the candles there, 1 hour every day, 1 hour, and we'll see. And I'll add the VSA as well. Okay, so let's do some real analysis here, right? Hmm. So we got that. Let me remove this. You know what? Let's just keep it. Just come here and scale to price. Now you see the structure form, support and resistance form there. Now if it market comes around here, that's my spring. So that's where like I'll take long trade, and we will see the volume, okay, as well, and do some analysis there. So see, volume is spiked there, right? Big volume, and I'll actually remove this one so that we have the color of the candle. We see big volume. This volume is greater than previous one, and the candle is small. That means it's absorbing the supply there. Okay, so that's what we talked about right now. In this trade, we can actually enter long, and you know we can put our stop loss there, and the first target would be this. Okay, which is the risk reward is 0.42. So what you can do, you see this difference here, how much is it? 37%, right? So what we do is from here, we take that same distance, and we just do, why is it so much less here? Quantity. Anyway, my point being is that your risk, your reward should be greater than your risk. Okay, and we see if we are we make $15,000 profit. Okay, sorry, it was, so I had selected short position. I need long position. Okay, so I'll do that. That's my stop loss, and that's my profit target. Okay, so see, this is 1:2 risk reward. Again, we can extend it to 1:3. Okay, and as I play this out, now we can practice, guys. Okay, what is gonna happen, and like how we are reacting, and if I should have taken trade there. So let me actually go ahead and take a trade as well. Let me just buy one. Okay, put my stop loss below that, and take my put my take profit like there. Okay, so I'm risking almost $3,000 in order to make $5,000. That's your 1:5 trade. Okay, so when I hit press, we see this. You see big volume coming in, and you can see PNL here. Practice, guys. Okay, let it run. And you know what? Let me actually remove all this stuff. So here, I'll come here, and then I'll just disable those values. Okay. So yeah. See, now our profit target hit, and after that, what you can do, you can come here and you can see your trade. See, here you can see your trade and analyze. Okay, we took one trade, and this was our statistics, right? So this is how we can practice. Okay, your first replay session, and for the practice, what I want you to do is open TradingView as I did, load any Bitcoin, Euro USD, any chart, and turn on bar replay. Okay, and go back at least few weeks. Now, without peeking ahead, analyze the chart. What's the trend? What's the support and resistance? What's the volume saying? And make decision. Where would you go long? Would you go short or stay out? Mark your entry, stop, and target. Okay, and complete 10 trades. Write down the results, or you can just see the trades in the replay panel here. Okay, and so this is your first practice session. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Okay, what matters is that you're practicing the right way. That's very important. Okay, now in section one, what we covered is the trading foundations, which is complete now, and we have covered a lot. Okay, we covered understanding different markets environments, price action basics, volume, the hidden truth, trading psychology, risk management, trading view setup, and the most important is forward testing. Okay, you have all the foundational knowledge that you need in order to be a successful trader and basically a successful warrior trader. Okay, so now what I want you to do, go ahead, practice, make that 10 trades, in replay session and practice. Okay. In the next section, we're gonna dive deep into the geometric structure indicator, reading the market structure with mathematical precision. That is where the real fun will begin, and I'll teach you guys in depth of how to use these indicators. Okay. So if I go here, I add geometric trading system structure, um, let it add, and I will disable the Wyckoff one. So, all right. So I'll disable the Wyckoff one, and you can see the structure here. See the same trade that we took. See this? It was uptrending the purple line midline, and when the market retraces, it went to this one, the 75% level, and from there it went up. So this actually gives us levels as well with mathematical precision, and that's what we're gonna be covering in the next section. And I hope to see you guys in the next lecture. Okay. So the first quiz is that you test your understanding of these foundational concepts. Please don't skip it. It helps reinforce what you learn. Okay. And I wish you all the best, and you're done great. Let's keep going. Okay. So practice right. You know how to practice the right way, which is forward testing, not back testing. And get ready for section two. And I'll see you guys there. Thank you.